you're saving this money, you know, for you to be able, you know, to put it in the right place when the opportunity comes in. So
it's fire in my pocket. I have to like.
we reach.
But for me, it's kind of like I look at it and I'm like, oh, okay, it's a little passion for me.
So as we promised, by the end of the video, my wife is going to give, you know, some tips. So here we are. These are the key tips for this video.
Hey guys,
Hi world.
welcome back to our channel.
This is Patricia.
And this is Max.
And you are on the Star Family channel. And before we start, please, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe.
It's free.
It's absolutely free. So 3, 2, 1, yeah, well done, thank you. And
give us a big thumbs up. It
True.
really does help us. And if you find this video useful, why don't you share it with a couple or with somebody who's getting married, with anybody? I think, you know, you might find it useful, or they might find it useful.
yes, absolutely. And today the topic of our video is finances. So we're going to discuss finance, and please make sure you watch this video to the very end, because at the end my beautiful wife will conclude with a very good tip for how to manage finance in the family.
Pressure.
So without any hesitation, let's go. So babe,
Yeah.
I know you wanted to subject so much, and by the way, it's also Vern, you know, one of our you know, the very first subscribers, Vern Lemon, you know, hi. You know, it's actually you that pick up the subject, you know, finance. You left the comment just this week on our video, so here we are, you know. So you as a subscriber, feel free to leave, you know, the comment, you know, talk about something that interests you, and we'll do the video.
Yeah, just tell us what topics of conversation you want us to give our opinions on, and we will do so. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead.
Yeah.
So we're talking about finance and budgeting, and I think Vern's question was who should be responsible for the finance and the budget in a household. And I think the person who should be responsible for this type of things is the person who is more knowledgeable on finance, who is
Yes.
good with budgeting. So who do you think between us two?
So in our family, my wife should work for bank, so I think it should be me, you know. But you know, happy wife, happy life. So I let my wife.
Now,
That's the
working in
joke.
a bank has nothing to do with like budgeting. So it's more budgeting. It's not finance. Let's just, you know, correct this. It's more on budgeting. So the budgeting for the family, you don't need to be working for a bank or whatever to actually have to be budget savvy, if that's the correct word, right?
Agree.
So it's just about it's also about your personality. In our relationship, I am the saver and you are the spender.
Agree.
So it's kind of like we balance each other, because I feel that if it was only me, if we were like both of us savers, we will miss out on life. We will just be always putting everything into the saving account and not living our life. And if we were both spenders, maybe we will live recklessly, and then when rainy days comes or when you want to invest on something, then you start panicking because you don't have a reserves place
Agree.
somewhere. So we do balance each other. It's not always easy, because sometimes I will be like, you're spending too much, and then you will tell me you're worrying too much. So we don't have the perfect.
Doing what?
You're worrying too
Oh,
much. You tell
worrying.
me
I
I'm
thought, you know,
worrying.
what, she's wearing too much.
No, you tell me I'm worrying too much, and then
Okay.
you know, and then I will tell you, no, you're spending too much. So we do balance each other. It's not always easy, and I think that it's really important to talk about money when you're in a relationship before you even put a ring on it, because money is one of the main sources for divorce. There's cheating.
Or couples break
Yeah,
up.
so as I was saying, it's really important to talk about money when you're in a relationship, so you know where you stand, you know. And I think as a saver, if I had met another saver, I would be like, okay, that's great. And then, but I met you, you're a spender, but at the same time, you were willing to work with me. If it was the case that you're not willing to work with me, then it will be a different story. But I'm talking too much. I want you to talk, and then I will say something. Would you, like, I will be the one talking the most, because, okay, I'm the one who looks after the budget in this family. I'm the saver, so I will be the one giving a bit more input, but I don't want to be just rambling. You have to say something.
Look, it's fine. You're not rambling, and we're just doing this one record. We're not cutting anything. So
Oh
this
my
is
gosh.
uncut session, and I just have to say is that, like, on a serious note, that it is true that we do need this, financial education, from very early age. And
The tip that I want to give is that when it comes to budgeting for our family, we have different accounts, obviously. So he has his own personal account, and I have my own personal account. I know some couples they like to put everything together, but we kind of follow the same way, but in a different way. Okay, it's gonna make sense now. So he has his own personal account. I have my own personal account. We have a saving account, and then we have this account that I call a collection account. So in the collection account, it's kind of like the money whereby you put all the expenses of the month. So whenever he gets paid and I get paid, I know how much is my responsibility to put into the collections account. He knows how much is his responsibility to put into the collection account. So the collection account will be for the mortgage, for the electricity, for the gas, for the groceries, for the bin, and everything else. Max is the one who looks after most of the bills. Like he will pay like the entire mortgage, he will pay the electricity, he will pay the gas, and my responsibility is to look after like groceries, bins and stuff. So in that case, it allows me to put also money into the saving account, because I could be reckless. So that's when I'm saying that if I was a spender as well, I would be like, oh, look at me, I have all this cash. Now let me go and buy a Louis Vuitton bag, and let me and buy this and that. So, but what I do is that money, I rather put that into our saving account, because
you already have a Louis Vuitton bag.
No, because
I bought it for your birthday.
Like I wouldn't have bought it,
I know.
So that's the.
So this is the difference. You see, to me, it's like the money is for you to not just to survive, and exist. It's actually to have this enjoyment in life. Okay, so I'm not saying that my wife, she's got 10 Louis Vuitton bags yet, but she's got one for her birthday, and that was her anniversary. So I just felt like it is a special kind of purchase, because come on, it's just it's just a bag, right? But the point being is that she's not gonna go and spend the money on that because you already have it, because I did that.
I will not spend the money on that because I am the saver and he's the spender.
Yes.
Okay, so that's why we balance each other out, because I wouldn't spend that much money on a bag, but I do appreciate it. So
I'm sure you do.
That's I actually do. So that's kind of where we balance each other out. So basically, our own personal account, a saving account, a collection account, which is where we put all the bills. And then there's also an account just for the kids, where every month in Ireland, they have this payment that they make for kids. So every month, the money for the kids, they just go into that the kids account altogether. And sometimes I will top it up with like whatever, like it's not really regular how much I top it up. Like the amount is not regular, but it's there or every month. So that's kind of how we work things out. And for us, it's working because it means that whatever is left on his current account and whatever is left on my current account is I can do as I wish. I can, if I want to go do some shopping, if I want to buy some makeup or some jewelry, whatever I want to buy, I know that I can touch this money without the family suffering, because we already have everything taken care of. So I think that's when us having our own personal account works for us, because if we had both the account together, I know that I would be frustrated, because as a spender, I know that he will see this balance and just spend it, whereas me having this balance is kind of like a caution, but for you it's kind of like fire in my pocket. I have to like. But for me, it's kind of like I look at it and I'm like, okay, it's a little caution for me. And then at the end of the month, whatever balance is left, I put it again either into the kids' account or into the the savers account. So that's why I'm saying that it's really important to talk about money, and it's really important to know how much your spouse is making, because there's some people that don't even know how much your spouse is making. So if you don't know how much is coming in, how are you going to actually budget for how much is coming out? So when you talk about budgeting and financing a family, both parties have to be transparent. There is no room for lying. There's no room for putting some money aside because you think that what you're doing is clever, but actually you're hurting yourself and you're hurting the family. Plus, why would you want to be with somebody if you cannot be transparent when it comes to money? So that's also very important. So when it comes to budgeting, there needs to be some trust and transparency there. If there's no trust, if there's no transparency, if you're not a team, just forget about it. Like Max likes to say, forget about it. Just there's no point moving on. So this is something that's really important.
So as we promised, by the end of the video, my wife is going to give some tips. So here we are. These are the key tips for this video.
It's not a tip, but it's more of an advice. I am really into finance and budgeting, as you can tell, and I really like to follow other financial budgeting channels, and something that I learned as a saver, because when you're saving money, you always think that you're saving for rainy days. And there's this woman, she's a Christian woman, she's an entrepreneur, and she said that when you're Christian and you are thinking of saving for rainy days, it's kind of like speaking on something bad that's gonna happen. So what she says is that when you're putting money aside, when you're saving money, you're saving that money to invest. Okay, you're saving that money to invest. Obviously, life will happen. Like we had last year, we had a disaster with the boiler, but because we had money saved,
The video will be here if you're
guys,
interested.
it was bad. Like it was bad. But because we had money, I had this habit of saving money monthly. We were not freaking out of, oh my gosh, we cannot afford it. It was really frustrating because we didn't know how much it would cost, but at least we had the money saved and we didn't have to worry about how much it will cost. So what she was saying is that when you are saving money, don't say that you're saving for rainy days because you are bringing this bad cloud into your life, but you are saving for investment purposes. So when a business venture comes up, when any kind of investment comes up, you have the money to invest and to make it grow. So this is kind of the philosophy that I took, and it's working fine. And we are able to maybe do something else and venture in other ways to actually grow that money because we are putting money aside. But when you're saving money, please stop saying that you're saving for rainy days, because nobody wants to bring rainy days in their life. So don't say that you're saving for rainy days. So this is kind of my advice, and I hope it will bring you some value. For me, something went into my
basically, the money that my wife is saving, it's for the money to grow and to have multiplied, and
to invest it, not
to
for
invest
rainy
it,
days.
not for the rainy day. Yeah, absolutely. So guys, do save, but keep in mind that you're not saving, for the bad things to happen. You're saving this money, for you to be able, to put it in the right place when the opportunity comes in.
So guys, just a reminder, if you have any other topics, just leave your comments below and we will surely talk about them if we feel that we can add value to it. So let's discuss, under the comment section respectfully. If there's something that you don't agree with, please tell me why, and let's just have a conversation like adults respectfully.
Well, have a blessed day, have a blessed night, have a blessed week. Stay blessed, stay safe.
Enjoy the holidays.
And a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas.